All right, we are live at 11:30-ish. We'll say that. Welcome to another live stream of Square and Compass Promotions. Today, my cat's getting frisky over here. Today, it's going to be talking about International Men's Day 2024. So many wires. All right. So we'll give it a few minutes. We'll see who joins. Let me know if you can hear me. Sounds good. All that good jazz. I'm going to go and start looking for some stuff about International Men's Day. Because usually last year, they posted something about this on X, United Grand Lodge of England. So I want to start there. By the way, United Grand Lodge of England has a great podcast. I don't see anything right now. I'm going to check Instagram because they did an Instagram post as well. We don't have anything on here right now. Give it a bit of time. Let's check the Twitter. By the way, terrible day outside in Windsor. Let me know what it's like in your neck of the woods. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Here's a good one. Mark Mason's Hall. We'll go with that one for the time being, and we'll just wait to see who shows up. International Men's Day, one of the themes is health. So I got my green machine smoothie, high in vitamin C. I don't know if it's actually healthy or not, but we're going to assume it is. This year's theme is positive male role models. But I do think it makes sense that Freemasonry would be interested in International Men's Day or Freemasons. So we'll give it a bit of time. We'll see who shows up. And yeah, I look forward to chatting. Hey, actually, I'm going to have to talk to somebody just looking up some stuff on social media while I wait for some people to join us. Do you have a male role model? I'm going to start with that for my poll. And it could be models as well, male role models, because there's more than one. I'm sure many people have. Could be a family member. Hello, Courtney. Thank you so much for joining. Happy to have you here. Usually takes a little bit of time for people to start joining us, so let's give it a few minutes and we'll see who shows up. But I appreciate you being here very much and hope that you're doing well. We'll give it a bit of time, see who else joins into the chat. And we're here today to talk about International Men's Day, male role models, all that good stuff. We got the coordinates that you put your vote into the chat and you said yes to male role models. And if you talked before about your father, your grandfather who was involved in Masonry, I'm not sure if that's one of them that it was, but you can let me know if you want who it was. But good to have you back. We're just going to wait a little bit of time, see who else shows up. And we'll talk about International Men's Day 2024 and maybe how Masons can be involved in it. And let me know again how the stream is treating you, if you're able to see everything okay and hear everything okay and all that good stuff while we wait. Trying to figure out a way to where I can throw this. I'll put this here for the time being. I got my coffee. Speaking of important things. I hope you all are doing well. We're going to keep talking. And yeah, let's give it a bit of time, see who all shows up. It's great to see, like I was saying, so many different people on social media posting, so many Masons in particular, posting about International Men's Day. Abbey Lodge number 5407 posting something. United Grand Lodge of England. Oh, actually, looks like UGLE did post something, at least on social media here. Oh no, that was from 2022. I'm seeing this. Let's give it a bit of time. Hopefully get some more people jumping in. Thank you, everybody who has joined. Oh, yes, I have a couple of role models. Brad Billings, okay. Past Grand Master, very cool dude. Current Grand Secretary. My grandfather, Pete, and yourself when it comes to Masonry. While I appreciate that, I'm not sure if I'm in those categories. Not that they are not awesome people themselves, but thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. And if you are just joining us, I hope you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Excuse the banging upstairs. Somebody's doing some renovation work. Answer the poll question. Any Masonic male role models? It could be Masonic, could be otherwise. That is one of the themes of International Men's Day. And like I'm always saying, like and subscribe. And we're going to talk about International Men's Day 2024. Here, let me share this screen. And yeah, I hope that you guys will enjoy that and check it out. I don't know if you guys, we can also talk about men's mental health because that's a pretty important feature of it, including, for example, suicide rates amongst men. 4 to 5 successful suicides in Canada are done by men. I guess success, I don't like to use that word, but completed, not attempts, but actually completed suicide attempts, 4 out of 5 are males. So I hope that you guys will check it out. Check out some of these stats we're going to share in a little bit. We'll give it some time for people to join. Usually it takes about half an hour or so for everybody to show up. So. And thank you, Courtney, as always, for being here. I want to talk to you, Courtney, and a few other people. Unfortunately, Canada Post, I'm just going to pull up the Google article. Actually, we'll switch it up a little bit. Let's share this screen or share this tab. Canada Post is currently on strike. So that's also going to affect Masons and Masonic lodges and Masonic secretaries to a certain extent, as we are trying to mail different things out and mail out summonses and things of that nature. But it's also going to affect our lodges and or it's also going to affect me and my ability to mail out the scale model Windsor Masonic Temples, which Courtney, you have one coming to you. So hopefully, I can maybe use another like Pure Later or something. I'm hoping Canada Post though eventually, or eventually the strike ends, hopefully sooner rather than later, especially with the holiday season, because it is going to affect my ability to do my Masonic secretarial duties as well as some of the Square and Compass stuff I'd like to do. But thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that everybody's doing really well. We got 2 people watching. Usually it takes about half an hour for people to start showing up in greater numbers. If you're just watching us though, or we can respond to the poll. Do you have a male role model? As we're saying, International Men's Day, the theme of this year, 2024, is positive male role models. I think, by the way, the phrase positive male role models, you don't need the word positive in there. I think you just say male role models. The assumption is it's positive kind of by definition. But yeah, give it a bit of time and see who else shows up. I don't know what the weather is like down there in Texas. Up here, it is rainy and gross today. It's quite the rainy and gross weather today, but that's all right. It'll get better, hopefully soon. We'll see some of the, actually, I'm going to switch this screen up for a second and switch it to our posters. Which some of these I have posted on my social media. I'm curious if other places are going to be posting it on theirs. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking. It's funny, the best episode I've done so far, or live stream, is probably the one where we talked about ancient aliens and things like that. So maybe I'll do another one of those. But we'll give it time to see who shows up. Let's check out United Grand Lodge of England. I didn't know this, but 14th of November was the King's birthday. King Charles turned 76. Cool. I think when it comes to talking about men's health or International Men's Day, I should say, there's a lot of things worth discussing. I was going to see. I think it might be worth sharing some of this stuff. I'm just waiting for some more people to potentially join us. Here, we're going to stop sharing the screen for 1 second. Can actually look up men's mental health statistics. Let's see. Let me share this screen in just 1 second, maybe, if I could find it again. There it is. Men's mental health statistics. In Canada, men account for 3 out of every 4 suicides. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for men under 50. Depression and anxiety, nearly 1 in 10. Here it is. Nearly 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, but only about half of them seek help. Men tend to use mental health services less than women. Only around 30% of people who use mental health services are men. Under diagnosis, signs of mental illness in males may look different than in other genders, so male mental health issues are often underdiagnosed. Binge drinking, men are almost 2 times more likely to binge drink than women. Precede mental health. In the first quarter of 2024, 59% of men reported excellent or very good precede mental health, while 20.7% of men in Ontario and 20.3% of men in Saskatchewan reported fair to poor. I think this is a valid point. Nearly 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, but only about half of them seek help. So if you are experiencing any of those type of symptoms or issues, you should seek help if you can. And hopefully you live in a place where there is help available. I know that small towns sometimes do not have mental health resources the way bigger cities might, but even in those cases, hopefully what you can do, fingers crossed, is you can talk to maybe your Masonic Lodge if you can, or anywhere else, your brothers, somewhere you can talk to somebody. And we'll just give it some time, see who else joins us. Mr. Courtney Duffy, I do feel that any topic you use is very interesting, educational. We're grateful to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's give it a bit of time, see who else shows up. I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I got my healthy drink. Supposed to be high in vitamin C. Let's see if that makes a difference at all tomorrow with my health checkup. Things are falling. Let me know if you've ever experienced any of these type of symptoms before that we talked about, any of these mental health issues, as well as maybe what you did to deal with them. Also, what you think generally of men's mental health or International Men's Day 2024. Let's give it a bit of time, see who else shows up. I know it's kind of one of those rainy, gross days, but hopefully people might be checking out some social media stuff that we're doing. And I appreciate your kind comments, Courtney. Let me just go back to men's mental health. Actually, I'm going to type it this way. International Men's Day 2024, Freemasonry. It's interesting. Times is doing international, the London Evening Standard. United Grand Lodge of England covered it in the last couple of days. Let's see if this changes anything here. I'm just going through some stuff online. Interesting to see a school division covering it. United Grand Lodge of England covered it, looks like, in 2022 and 2023. Let's see if we can't share this screen in just 1 second. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully it's healthy for me. That's the goal. I got to see my doctor tomorrow, and I'm not the best at any type of health, so being healthy in any way. So hopefully I can, this will make me super healthy before my time tomorrow with my doctor. United Grand Lodge of England explores some of the challenges everyday men face and takes a look at some of the ways Freemasonry has helped men in local communities. I think that both of those are equally important. You want to talk about not just the challenges men face, but also the ways Freemasonry helped them face those challenges. And welcome if you're just joining us. We're here talking today about International Men's Day. It is every November 19th, although interestingly enough, this article from United Grand Lodge of England, which I'm currently sharing, was posted in 2022. They also posted something in 2023. I haven't seen anything yet in 2024, but I'm hoping to see it soon. I'm going to check. Other Masonic groups and bodies have posted things 2024 for International Men's Day. Let me just see. Actually, we'll share this screen here for just 1 second, sharing this tab instead, because I think that there's a very valuable quote there. Maybe some people will see it and want to come in and chat about it. This is such a good beverage you're drinking. Yeah, thank you again. I like it also. Also, while I'm here just watching some episodes of The Bear, I've got those on while I'm waiting for people to join us. I love The Bear, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I think it talks about why it's so important to care and how hard it is to care, and the never any challenges that come with caring about things. It is a good beverage. My favorite beverage is actually coffee, though. Coffee is my favorite thing. I got some coffee here as well, but sadly, it has gotten cold. And to go out to get coffee, it's going to be freezing, sort of rainy and gross. So I'm not a huge fan of that, even though I'm sure I will be going out to get some coffee soon because you need it. Like I said, it's my favorite drink is coffee. Wonder what other quotes we might be able to find on International Men's Day. Well, I put this up so. Actually, I like this because I'm in a wheelchair, and this is the first one I've seen where we have a nice picture of different men. Or I guess this is the ages of men, right? From infant to elderly. This is another good quote from Robin Williams. Or from Good Will Hunting, I should say, from the Robin Williams character on Good Will Hunting, which I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie, but I want to. It's on my list of things I want to watch. And welcome. If you're just joining us, we're here today talking about International Men's Day 2024, which is today, November 19th. The theme of it is positive male role models, which I think you could just apply to be male role models. We have 2 votes, 1 yes, 1 no. To the person who voted no, let me know if you can why you voted no, maybe, or what you think, even what you think about International Men's Day, or what it is that brings you here to this live stream, talking about International Men's Day 2024 and potentially how Freemasonry can be involved in that. I didn't have my father in my life as much as I truly deserve, but there were always certain role models to replace that gap. And then I certainly feel for future reference due to him losing last year. No, I think it's always unfortunate when somebody's father isn't in their life as much as they would like it to be. But I do also think on that same kind of sideline, you're right. Hopefully there are other male or men who can replace that role model or that position. So grandfather or maybe a friend's father, or not close something to that extent. But I also think it's really hard. I think everybody I'm sure there are a lot of fathers who wish that they were more part of their kids' lives, sons or daughters. And I'm sure that there's a lot of kids who wish their parents or their father or their mother, for that matter, was more part of their life. And so I think that can be a challenge. But I think hopefully you can find those, as you say there, those certain role models to replace your father as much as possible. Or your father's situation as a role model, if that makes any sense. I appreciate, Courtney, your coffee emoji. I think that's awesome as well. Coffee emoji and a heart. Those go together for me really, really well also. All right, let's give it a bit of time, see who else shows up. I am here today talking about International Men's Day 2024. I appreciate that, Courtney. Yeah, I think hopefully young men out there, if they are struggling and they're watching not just this, but anything, and they want to chat, hopefully though they can find somebody they can talk to or talk with and find that support for themselves. Oh, a third vote. Do you have a male role model? 3 votes, 2 yes, 1 no. If you're jumping in and you're voting, let me know if you want to who that male role model was. It can be just general, like you can say a father, or it can be specific. And you can also let me know, what do you think about International Men's Day 2024? And do you think that Masons should be doing more to support International Men's Day 2024, and men should be doing more to support more the ideals behind it, or the idea of supporting men in general? Or do you think just by virtue of existing, we kind of support men? But thank you to everybody who's taking part in the vote so far. And welcome if you're just joining us. We are here chatting about, amongst other things, International Men's Day 2024. Did you know about it? Do you think your lodge can support it? Oh, Dad. So I guess you're not watching this on the television then. You're watching it on the computer, it looks like. Hi, Cameron. My role model is my father, who unfortunately passed away when he was 63 years old. Yeah. So unfortunately, right, passed away before even I was born. Never got to meet him, but I'm hoping through Freemasonry that it's nice to go through the same things he went through, and that like does make me feel kind of close to him. But yeah, and never met him, but from everything I've heard about him, he was definitely deserving of being a role model, and something to look up to, both in terms of just himself and also his time as a father, but also his time as a Mason. I know I did meet a couple guys when I was in England the last time. I got to get back to him at some point. It's been so long. A couple guys who knew him when they first became Masons. They were younger guys, and he was heavily involved in the lodge, and they knew him then and said he was a great guy. So that's a pretty good role model. I don't know if the Grand Lodge of Manitoba is doing anything for. I don't know if the Grand Lodge of Manitoba has like a Twitter page. I'm curious. I'm liking UGLE hasn't mentioned anything yet. Let me see. M Junction Service Limited. Lord's Builders. Paxman. Young Hackney. Alex Brewer, MP. Trying to find, if I can, some, because Masons last year especially were mentioning International Men's Day a lot. I'm not seeing as many Masonic posts about it this year, but it is still early. It's only noon, so it's not to say there might not be time when it comes up. Oh, here's something today. Not just here we go. Let's see if I can share the screen again. This quote I think is pretty valid as well. So let's give this quote a little bit of time. Welcome if you're just joining us. Today we're here talking about International Men's Day 2024, which is November 19th. There's other things we can chat about as well. It doesn't just have to be about this, but I think this is kind of a good place to start. So let me know what you think watching this. In a little bit, I'm going to mention some people who've been kind enough to subscribe to the podcast for their support. But let's give it a bit of time, see who else joins us. We got 3 people watching. Oh, 4 votes. Do you have a male role model? 50% yes, 50% no. Do the people who have voted, you can let me know if you want why you voted the way you voted, who the role model was, or when you say you didn't, if you want to talk about why that might have been, or anything else you want to talk about as it relates to International Men's Day 2024. And do you think as well, I think it's worth questioning, do you think there's a valid or value in Masons embracing International Men's Day? And maybe some men can take advantage of International Men's Day and use it to create some activities or events in their lodge or as ways to communicate with others. I think it might be worth checking that out. So. And welcome if you're just joining us. Hope you hit the like button, subscribe button. We're here today talking about International Men's Day. I don't think that the Grand Lodge of Manitoba is doing anything about this day or celebrating International Men's Day. It's not widely known. No, I think it's getting more widely known, but I don't think it's widely known compared to other days. Yes, last year I know UGLE did something about it. But I don't think I did see some Masons posting some stuff. I think I even shared some of that stuff on my profile. Let's see. I don't want to get verified. This is from 2020. Oh, so Mark Mason's Hall posted something today. Today we celebrate International Men's Day and the virtues of brotherhood, integrity, and growth. As Freemasons, we strive to build ourselves and our community's International Men's Day, 19th of November, 2024. So it does seem like we do have some Masons posting about it. I posted about it on my channel as well. It's good to have a strong support and help from role models that are such wonderful people and all Masons. Once you recover fully, no rush in terms of your joining. Take the time to recover. That's the most important thing. Where is it? Like I posted some stuff about it as well. If I could find it now. Sad, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, on a side note, lost the Grey Cup. It looks like it was the 4th quarter that they all kind of didn't go so well for them, which is unfortunate because even though I don't live in Winnipeg anymore, I don't really follow football anymore. My heart of hearts is still obviously going to cheer for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, even though they blew it in the 4th quarter, it looks like. Here's what I posted about International Men's Day. I posted this a couple of days ago, but just to get the idea out there about it and let people know it's coming. So maybe give people or lodges time to try to promote it if they could. We've got some people coming and going from the chat, coming and going from the group. I should say 4 votes on do you have a male role model? 2 yes, 2 no. I do look forward to seeing my dad soon for his installation, or not his installation, but his lodge's installation, I should say, on the 10th. I'm installing master on the 7th, so I'll be doing that, and then afterwards I'll be going there, so it'll be fun. And thank you everybody who's taken part so far. We'll just give it a little bit more time, see who else shows up. I know it's still early during the day, although a couple days ago I had a really good chat that took place during the day as well, so we shall see. Here's an interesting quote. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. I like that. I think that makes sense. Although having said that, I understand the idea of like, sometimes it's hard to know exactly what a good man is, but still. You should be able to figure it out and just be one and don't think too much about it, right? Don't think too much, just do. I think is a good skill to have. Tomorrow, by the way, speaking of men's health, I've got a doctor's appointment, so always make sure that every man out there, if you're there and you're listening to this, take care of your health as much as you can. It's really important. Next week on the 25th, I'm going to have a live stream taking place at the Shoppers Drug Mart on Dougal Avenue, where I'll be working the kettle as I do every year. Looking forward to that. It's a tradition that I always do and always really enjoy. Oops. We can stop sharing that. We don't need to share that screen anymore. Let's see if I can get some people to potentially join us. Oops. I do appreciate everybody joining us so far here today. And like I said, if you want to share this stream with other people, please do so. That would be awesome. And will 100% help us in getting more people to check out this stream. The more likes we get, the more people who subscribe, the more people who answer our poll question. Do you have a male role model? Which is the theme of 2024 International Men's Day. If you're a Mason, did you know on International Men's Day? What do you think of it? Do you think that there could be some value in Masons trying to use some of the resources from it to support their brothers and their men, the men in their lodges, I should say? But if you're just joining us, jump in the chat, say hello. Let me know if you answered the poll question, yes or no, as well as what else do you want to talk about? Thank you for everybody who's joined us so far. International Men's Day 2024. What do you think about it? Do you think there's some value in Freemasons and Masonic lodges taking advantage of it? I don't know, taking advantage of it isn't the right word, but promoting it, supporting it. Curious, might be anything on YouTube that we could share about it. Give me 1 second. He went to 4.6K friends on Facebook. That's kind of cool. I'm going to see if there's any videos potentially that I can share about International Men's Day on YouTube. See what we got. International Men's Day 2024. Positive male role models. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I'm going to see if I can share the screen here. Let's see what it says. Let's see if we can share this. I don't know if we can hear this okay, if it sounds good, all that jazz. All right, so let me know if there's a place in Freemasonry for that work, and all that other jazz. I'm looking forward to returning home soon to see my pops again. Speaking of positive male role models or male role models, my dad being one of them. Going home to see his lodge installation soon, so that'll be nice. Give it a bit more time, see who else joins us here today chatting about International Men's Day 2024 and positive male role models. And we'll just wait for some people to jump in the chat. What do you think about here? I'm going to end this poll. We got 4 votes. Thank you so much. Put up another poll. Let me know. Answer the poll question. Do you think Freemasonry can benefit, or International Men's Day? Do you think Freemasonry can benefit from International Men's Day events? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Courtney. I visited it a few times, Kilcona Lodge. Great group of guys, great lodge. So I can't wait to be there soon. And so thank you for that. Kilcona Lodge is a great lodge. Yes, sir. Very much welcome, Cameron. No, thank you again. Like I said, it's going to be a great time visiting my dad's lodge. So I'm looking forward to it very much. I like the flight too from Toronto to Winnipeg. I've done that flight on a few occasions. I know it's going to be very, very cold when I go there, but that's okay. A little bit of cold isn't so bad. I don't know if there's any snow on the ground yet, Dad. If you're still there, you can let me know if there's any snow on the ground right now. Oh, 3 votes. Do you think Freemasonry can benefit from International Men's Day events? 2 say yes, 1 say no, 1 says no. To the person who says no, let me know. The people who said yes, let me know in what manner, what ways you think it can benefit from. To those who say no, let me know also why you answered no. Also, we got 4 people watching. great to see the chat going up and down in terms of or numbers of people watching. The more people we have watching, I always appreciate it. If you're just joining us, we're here chatting today about International Men's Day 2024. Do we think it's positive or negative or can provide benefits to Freemasonry? If you think it can, like I do, let me know in what ways you think it can. As I was saying, the more I personally, and I believe Freemasonry can definitely benefit from it. I also think Freemasonry can benefit from, taking part though in and supporting International Women's Day and all the different kind of days that there are. I think that they can all provide some value if we're doing it in a positive way, or because I think it can be dangerous if you're doing any of this type of stuff and it feels as though you're just doing it for the sake of kind of, you don't mean it, you're just doing it to show off or to virtue signal is a term that's kind of used. I don't think virtue signaling is any help, but I think like if you genuinely believe things like International Men's Day are important, or you believe a land acknowledgement is important, or you believe any of this stuff is important, then there can be a lot of benefit in doing it and taking advantage of it. I think the problem we have nowadays is far too often people will do things, right, that they believe to be genuine, or they're doing things in a genuine way only to then be told that like it's not genuine or people don't believe it's genuine. I think there's too much, I think cynicism is the word I'm looking for. Too much cynicism in the world about these kind of things. Right, because I'm personally never been a big fan of, I think cynicism is just a bane on, it makes everything so much harder than it has to be. So I think it's unfortunate when we have that type of cynicism that tends to exist. Yes, cynicism is, I think I talked about it before, cynicism is one of those things that feels really good and feels like if you have it, you can be really proud of yourself because sooner or later you're going to be right. If you're cynical about everything, sooner or later you're going to be correct. But it's, to my mind, it does not actually help anything. National Men's Day, I feel, is very interesting and very important on also, like general respect to a solid support and a wonderful encouragement of being successful in life. All right, yeah, and I think that's the word there that I would promote or highlight in there is genuine, genuinely respect, genuine. I think genuineness is the key to a lot of these issues that we're talking about, a lot of these problems, is being genuine, right? I think far too often we have this tendency, and it's unfortunate, we have this tendency to, again, fall more on the side of cynicism, which I really don't like. And I think genuine and being genuine in our beliefs is the way you combat that. And so again, a lot of people will look at something like International Men's Day and view it as kind of a virtue signaling. I don't think it is. I think it's genuinely a good thing and can provide a lot of opportunities to help men struggle. And I think as Freemasons, if we are a fraternity, then I'm hoping that we can use International Men's Day to support these things, and support our brothers and support them when it comes to things like mental health and all that jazz. So let's make genuineness more of a thing again, I think is what I would say to that. Oh, it looks like we got some pretty decent, cheap flights from Toronto to Winnipeg, Dad. So I think I might have no trouble getting there. At least I hope I get there pretty quickly. Let's give it a bit of time. Let's see who else shows up and joins us on this stream. A couple of friends of mine just posted this and shared this. So usually that's a good sign. We get some people coming out. We got some more people watching us. We're here today talking about International Men's Day 2024. What do you think of it? Do you support it? Does your lodge, if you're Mason, do anything about it? Even if you don't support it, that's awesome. Just let me know why. Kind of go from there. But also, we can talk about anything else you want to chat about. Is fine with me as well. But thank you so much, everybody who's joined us so far. Thank you, Courtney, for all your comments. I do very much appreciate them. Just waiting to see if more people jump in the chat. I'm going to maybe share some more information soon about International Men's Day. I'm curious more questions about it. If anybody has anything else they want to talk about. Let's see. And also how excited I am. I'm just looking now, heading back home for Christmas, or not heading back for Christmas. It's going to feel like Christmas. It's a Christmas season, heading back home for my dad's lodge's installation on December 10th. As well as I'll be back for some, I'll be back for some wrestling in Winnipeg on November 9th. So that'll be fun as well. I'm probably going to come in on the 10th in the morning, Dad. I know you always worry about the flights being delayed, but if it's delayed, it's delayed. It won't be delayed that much. And I can stay until the 12th or something like that. So, things will work out the way they're supposed to. They always do. That's my philosophy. Too much worrying, I think, will just drive you crazy. Let's see. And then I've got like I said, I get to come back on the 9th. I don't know if they're going to book my flights for me for that one, fly me out there. So I'm not sure what the dates will be for January 9th, but once I do know, or the flight info, but once I do know, I will let you know. And hopefully you can come and pick me up. Or I'm guessing last time I was lucky enough I got a ride, but maybe what I can do is maybe we'll do something else with Aunt Bev and Aunt Bev and Uncle Lauren. We'll see if they can meet up with me. That'll be a lot of fun. So it'll be really good, though. It'll be really enjoyable to be back in December and then a month later in January. Welcome if you're just joining us. We got a few more people who've jumped in and out of the stream. If you're watching this, the hope today was to talk about International Men's Day 2024. Did you know about it? What do you think about it? Do you think that Freemasonry can benefit from International Men's Day? All those fun questions. A man's greatness is not measured by his accomplishments, but the definition of character. And to celebrate men who've walked, I feel like that's a quote. I like it, Courtney. But I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. If I have, let me know where I may have heard it from. Like I said, that sounds to me kind of familiar. Here it is. Let's see. Well, indeed, it's not from Shakespeare. So it's not from Shakespeare then. I'm sure. I'm going to look that up because I'm genuinely curious now. Where I feel like I've heard that before. A man's, if you're watching this, let me know in the chat. A man's greatness is not measured by his confidence, but I think that I'm very curious. And also, Courtney, you're in the States. Thanksgiving is coming up very soon. Let me know what your plans are for the States. What you think is going to be happening in terms of the Thanksgiving? If you have any plans, I know you're recovering, so you might not have any plans right now. But if you do have any plans for Thanksgiving, by all means, let me know. And thank you, everybody who's watching this. If anybody else has any plans for American Thanksgiving and you want to put that in the chat, let me know. Keep on answering the question. Do you think Freemasonry can benefit potentially from International Men's Day, taking advantage of, I don't want to use the term taking advantage of, but kind of having a synergy with it in terms of the messaging that you have for it, and all that type of good stuff. Robbie Burns has a poem called "A Man's a Man" and all that. That's all I can remember. My thoughts towards the wonderful topic in which I just rely on my opinion and describing on such. Delicious apple cider and a little delicious turkey. Both of those absolutely sound delicious and they sound wonderful. I love apple cider, not all the time, but I do at Christmas. I think Christmas apple cider is the best. So I support that 100%. I'm hoping maybe I can cross over into Michigan coming up for Thanksgiving to see some of my friends on Thanksgiving. Let's see if I can find. They made it harder, and I'm very annoyed by this. Although, if you're a Mason and you're from Illinois, let me know what you think of this. They made it a lot harder to search for events happening in Illinois. You actually have to like be a member of a lodge in Illinois to find, at least last time I checked, I'm going to double check in a second, to actually figure out, like to see a calendar of events. So if you're a traveler from out of town, though, and you're a Mason and you want to visit them or visit a lodge, it's a lot harder under the current system to find it than under the old system. Michigan, though, is still okay. There's one lodge meeting on Thanksgiving. Tecumseh Lodge number 69. Let me check that one out. Also that time of year again, let me know if any of the Masons are doing this, where it's time to pay your dues for 2025. As a secretary or acting secretary, please pay your dues, pay them early, pay them on time, preferably pay them early, right? You have no idea how much that stuff kind of helps others in terms of, helps the lodge administration in terms of finding information or budgeting and all that stuff, right? The later you pay, the harder it is for the lodges to function. I'm actually did a Medium article about that, which I'm going to share. I hope nobody's hearing that bang as much as I am. If you are, I'm very sorry. They're doing some construction work upstairs, it sounds like. Cameron, I'm waiting after the holiday proceed with my petition. That's no worries. Take your time. There's no rush. Like I always say, there's no rush at all. And like I said, everybody just ignore the banging happening above me. I'm very sorry if you can hear that. And it's still going on. Maybe I'll mute this for a second. Or I'm going to mute this for a second. Maybe I'm sure the banging is annoying. But yeah, there's no rush. So take your time. But your lodge and your sponsor may be doing something for, or your lodge, I should say, that you want to petition to, may be doing something related to Freemasonry. Which you can potentially, like, they may be doing something related to Thanksgiving or the holiday season. They may be having a Christmas party, a Thanksgiving party. It might be worth you checking that out and seeing if you can join them, especially if you're planning on becoming a member anyways, or petitioning to become a member. Taking part in their events might be good and helpful. You might be better connected with them. Where did it go? Oh, okay. So this is the new, I'm going to go off topic for a second, but I'm just looking right now at the Grand Lodge of Illinois' new page related to events. Never seen it. Usually it's always been in kind of calendar form. This is the first time I've seen it in this form. Take a second for it to link up, I'm sure. But yeah, it's super interesting to see it like that. The new system. I love visiting lodges in Illinois. I'm always happy. I'm always trying to check out what they've got going on and what's happening with them. I'm curious if there's any lodges there doing anything for the Halloween or for Thanksgiving season as well as for Christmas season. So we got to go down though to, how do we do this? And I'm sorry again, I'm going to pause this for a second while they got the banging. Cool. After this, by all means, Google it, see what you can find, and let me know. Shoot me off a message. Here's something interesting. Junction 0048, game day open house at Windsor Masonic Social Club. Not sure what that is, but I'm curious. It's in Chicago. Oh, it's in West Chicago. Oh, sorry, I'm just curious. This seems like a really interesting event I've just found. It's in West Washington, though. I don't know where that is exactly. Let me see if I can find it as it connects to Glenview, where I always stay. It's about an hour drive. It looks like if you go from Chicago itself, it's not so bad. Chicago Union Station on South Canal Street. Sorry again about the banging, but let me just check. I'm going to share the screen 1 second because there's an interesting event happening. Looks like Thanksgiving in Chicago. I'm going to check out, see where it is. Maybe we can have some people interested in knowing about it. If you're in Illinois, maybe you want to go to it or you know more about it. In the meantime, though, we are chatting about International Men's Day. What do you think of it? Do you think Freemasonry can benefit from taking part in International Men's Day events? Have you heard of it? And also, if you want to put in the chat, one of the themes of this year's International Men's Day is male role models. Do you have any male role models that you want to share, talk about? They could be Masonic or not Masonic, but by all means, jump in the chat, answer the question here on the poll, and we'll see. And like I said, if you can hear the banging above me, I'm very sorry. It sounds like they're doing some construction above me here. All right, here is we're going to take it a second for it to share. Here's the event I just found, a Thanksgiving Day game day open house. I'm not sure what games they'll be playing. These events we went to all Masons and their members. There's no fee as it's not a party. I guess you have to buy your own food or bring your own food or items to purchase, it looks like. Hiram's is a BYOB location to view this and other events. So that's there. So that looks like it is, in terms of travel, just going to share the map in just 1 second. It looks like it is about, you just take the UP West, which I know how to take that one, and it's about an hour, 22 minutes. And I've never taken the UP West before, but I know of it. I know about it. But it's from the northern, so let's see if that's Union Station there. You just go straight up. I don't think I've ever actually even been to the Ogilvy Transportation Center before, for all the times I've been to Chicago. I'm just going to mute the microphone again because we got this banging above me while I check out these areas. Check out that nice Porsche dealership. The chicken melt looks delicious as far as the purchase items for that particular event. Yeah, no, I agree. It looks really good. Oh, might be worth heading down to Chicago for that event. Looks like the banging stopped. I'm wondering, and now it starts up again. Dad, let me know if you do find the words of that poem. I'd love to hear what they are. Potentially share them with us. You can show it to me when I come back home. Dad, let me know. So yeah, welcome. If you're just joining us, we're here chatting about International Men's Day 2024. Let me know what you think of it. Do you think that there is a value to Freemasons having some synergy with the conversation around International Men's Day, trying to take advantage of it to share resources for men's health, all that good type of stuff? And if you're just joining us, leave a like. If you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, and let me know what you think about this topic altogether, as well as what you're thinking in terms of your lodge, if your lodge is doing anything for International Men's Day. What do you think about the idea of looking out for your mates, as the thumbnail shows? How long do those days last, Cameron? It depends, but I mean, I think this one said it's going to go for 4 hours. I think it really just depends on the lodge. They can make it go as long or as short as they kind of want, you know? Will I be hosting another wonderful live chat tomorrow? I'm not sure. Maybe for a couple hours. It kind of depends. We'll see what happens. I'm not positive one way or the other, though. But if I do, Courtney, by all means, let me know what type of topics do you want to see discussed, because I'd be happy to try and discuss them with you guys and let you know what I'm thinking in terms of topics. Maybe you guys have got some good ideas. Because that's one thing. If you ever have a topic that you want to see discussed, I hope you'll let me know. The more people we have making suggestions, it doesn't have to be even on here. It can just be, just as easily, it can be on a comment, it can be through social media, it can be through Patreon. By the way, don't forget you can subscribe to us on Patreon and you can gift it to other people, right? So what that means is, if you wanted to, you could let other people know about the Square and Compass Patreon and give them a gift of a certain tier so they can check out some of the exclusive content we have just on Patreon. In the meantime, we're still here chatting about International Men's Day 2024. What do you think about it? Do you think that there's ways that Freemasonry can benefit from it? All that good stuff. Let me know in the chat. My lunch is calling me, leftover home chili. Well, you were saying yesterday you missed the game at the Legion because you decided to make chili. So, I mean, I'm sure it's good for you, but maybe it's your fault. If you gone to the Legion, maybe the Bombers would have won the Grey Cup. Masonic recipes. Yeah, I agree, actually. I think Masonic recipes would make a great discussion. I agree with that 100%. I think that it could be a lot of fun, even, to have a Masonic recipe. So yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. And I actually remember thinking that might be kind of fun to publish a Masonic cookbook all about Masonic recipes from the perspective of a junior warden. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're here chatting about Freemasonry and International Men's Day. And what do you think about it? Do you support it? Do you not support it? Do you have any ideas about it? You can see here the Grand Lodge of England posted something about it in 2022. And thank you, Michael Aaron Moore, for taking a few minutes to mention us. I appreciate that. Oh, no, his Zoom meeting here. Next one is Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I may see if I can jump in on that one. We'll just give this a bit of time, though, see who else shows up, and we'll go from there. After this chat, I will Google Roy Burns to see if I can find the words to his poem. Sounds good. If you do find it, let me know. All right, but let's give it a bit of time and see who else shows up. I don't know how much I'm going to do the chat today for, but we'll see. But let's give it some time and see who else shows up. Let me know what you think of the quote here or the statement here. United Grand Lodge of England explores some of the challenges everyday men face and take a look at some of the ways Freemasonry has helped men in local communities. What do you think about that? Let me know. And if you think it's a good idea for us to be supporting that, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just looking here, thinking about what I'm going to do for American Thanksgiving, if anything. I'm not sure yet, but I have some ideas. Have you ever been to, put that in the chat? Actually, we'll chat about that for a second, just because I want to see if I can change the subject up to get some more people watching. We're going to end this poll. Let's see. Oops. Have you been to Chicago for Thanksgiving? See what they say to that, yes or no. Oh, 2 votes. Have you been to Chicago for Thanksgiving? We've got 1 yes, 1 no. Whoever voted the no, let me know. Well, this is exciting. I just found some cheap Detroit to Chicago tickets, which is pretty tempting. Not so much cheap going back, though, but cheap at least going. Two votes to our poll. Have you been to Chicago for Thanksgiving? One yes, one no. You can even just answer the question, have you ever been to Chicago, period. Would be great to know and what you thought of it. And welcome if you're just tuning in and watching us. We were chatting about, and I'd love to hear your ideas about International Men's Day. What you think of it, if you think there's any value to it in terms of Freemasonry, positive or negative, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think, though, in the meantime, of this quote on here, International Men's Day, if you think there's some value to it, some benefit in terms of how Freemasonry can better rely on it, all that good stuff. We still got plenty of time, so let's see who else joins us. I was going to go outside today and do some outside stuff, but it's rainy and gross, so I figured maybe not. All right, let's give it a little bit more time, see who else shows up before I may call this one today. Thank you to everybody who's joined so far. See if we'll see in the next kind of 10 minutes or so who else shows up. because then I have to decide, am I going to order some Uber Eats? I'm going to go outside in the rain and try to get some more subscribers. What am I going to do for the next day in terms of growing this channel and all my channels? If you're just joining us, I'm talking about International Men's Day 2024. Hope you'll jump on and spend a few minutes. Say hello. Just waiting to see if anyone else jumps in the chat to talk about International Men's Day 2024. If you're just joining us, welcome. I hope you'll take a few minutes. We're talking today about International Men's Day 2024. I don't know if you are aware, but it is International Men's Day today, November 19th. United Grand Lodge actually talked about this in 2022. They posted about it last year as well. But let me know what you think of International Men's Day, if you think there is potentially a benefit to Freemasonry taking part in it. You'll notice we have the poll question up because we started talking about some other things, including, have you ever done Thanksgiving in Chicago? Just for fun. But jump in the chat and let me know both what you think of that as well as anything else you want to talk about. The purpose here is really to chat about Freemasonry, but Freemasonry is a very broad topic, which is why I love it so much. And there's a lot of different things we can discuss. Werther's original sugar-free candy. Is that like a Thanksgiving tradition for you? I mean, I think I like Werther's sugar-free candy. I know you had mentioned before, if you don't mind saying again, you mentioned before that you are diabetic, so I'm not sure if that's your kind of go-to snack. But I like those a lot. I think those are pretty great. Courtney, let me know if you have any favorite places that you've spent Thanksgiving at, or some of your favorite Thanksgiving memories, because again, in the States, it's coming up for you pretty soon. But if you're just joining us, jump in the chat, say a few words. We're talking today about International Men's Day 2024, which is November 19th, which is today. Let me know if you guys are doing anything for it. What if you have any thoughts about it? Anything to that extent, please let me know. As well as potentially if you have any ideas as to the ways Masons or Freemasons or Masonic lodges could potentially become involved in International Men's Day events, or even if your lodge itself has become involved in an International Men's Day event. There was one lodge on X or Twitter that posted something about it, so there is something there. It was I'm just going to see if I can find it again. Yes, Mark Mason's Hall. Today we celebrate International Men's Day and the virtue of brotherhood, integrity, and growth. As Freemasons, we strive to build ourselves and our community. Hashtag International Men's Day. So that was posted today. I'm sure there's some other groups. I'm going to check the hashtag and see what else I can potentially find. Well, Daddy Trejo posted something. That's kind of cool. Here it is, Mark. Mark Mason's Hall posted something. Health Simplex. Well, I mean, I guess this is a pretty valid thing to post on International Men's Day. So I'm going to share this screen for just 1 second. Bro to bro, on International Men's Day, please examine your balls for testicular cancer. Do this monthly, please. Share and retreat for a brother. I don't think he's using the term brother in a Masonic context there, but there you go. Probably pretty good advice. I'm trying to see if I can find any more. Again, there's me. I posted this November 15th to get people ready for it so they knew it was coming up. Cameron, I don't really get how much due to me being handicapped, but this Thanksgiving we're at home with my two cats. Hey, nothing's wrong with being with your cats. I love cats. Cats are my favorite creatures in the world, so I support that 100%. And I hope that you enjoy spending time with your cats. I forget if you told me them before, but if you haven't, let me know what their names are. I'd love to know. Oh, this is interesting. I got a trestle board from Clarence F. Smith Daylight Lodge, one of the coolest spots ever. That's very cool. Checking out some of this interesting stuff. Let me know what you think of the quote here. Also, you can ask the poll question because Thanksgiving is coming up, and I think I may try to get to Chicago for Thanksgiving. Or who knows where, somewhere. Oops. Female Roxy, male name, the fat cat. Good names for cats. I actually like those a lot. So that's very, very cool. No, good for you for spending time with your cats. I know most people are dog people, but I've always been a cat person myself. Put that in the poll question. See if that stirs up any interest. Just out of curiosity. Oops. But yeah, give a. Do you prefer cats to dogs? That'll get some people going, if anything will. Give it a few minutes and we'll see who shows up for that one. So jump in there. And Courtney, yeah, if everybody watching this, you want to give some hearts for Roxy and the fat cat. Just curious, International Men's Day. Oh, Mental Health Foundation. I like this quote. I'm going to share the screen again. Just give me one sec. Cats go all the way to Egypt and beyond. They do. They were very popular in Egypt. They were considered gods in Egypt, if I recall correctly, which I think is pretty cool. I would support the idea of considering cats to be gods or divine in some way. I don't know if they're actually considered gods per se, but divine, I think, is the term that I would use. One vote. Prefer cats or dogs? Cats got 100%. I'm guessing that was you, Courtney. So thank you for the vote. But this quote here on International Men's Day: "Be a man with a plan, a dude with an attitude, and a gentleman with class." International Men's Day. And welcome if you're just joining us. We're here chatting today about International Men's Day. We've started talking about some other topics as well. But if you're just joining us, I hope you'll hit the like button. Hope you hit the subscribe button. Jump in the chat, say hello, and let me know, what do you think of International Men's Day 2024? Were you aware that today was International Men's Day? Is your Masonic Lodge or Masonic Grand Lodge doing anything for International Men's Day? Um, Let me know also if you're a Mason and also how you're finding our stream. If you're subscribed, all that good stuff, jump in the chat and let me know. But welcome. Let me know what you think of this quote. Be a man with a plan, a dude with an attitude, and a gentleman with class. And let me know how the stream is coming through. I think that it's been pretty good so far. Since I already can hear it, we got some banging going above me, which I hope doesn't bother anybody too much. I also do want to give a huge shout out because they subscribed to the podcast to Flame Turkish Restaurant and Custom Pizza. It is at 357 Olette Avenue, Windsor, Ontario, N9A 4J1. They are here. They have an awesome menu. If you're in Windsor and you're downtown, by all means, I hope that you will check them out. Once again, that is Flame Turkish Restaurant Custom Pizza. Special Monday to Wednesday, 14-inch any pizza, $15.99. Special Monday to Wednesday, 12-inch any pizza, $10.99. So thank you to them for subscribing, and make sure to check them out. But welcome. Let me know what you think of this quote. Let me know what you guys think about International Men's Day 2024. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Beautiful creatures and kind souls. I agree. Cats are beautiful creatures and kind souls. So I support that 100%. Let me just plug this guy in here. Give it a bit more time, see who else joins us. Maybe as our day wears on and people are leaving work, they might join us. There's no rush, but jump in the chat. We're here to chat about Freemasonry and International Men's Day. Actually, I'm wondering if there's potentially a way that I could get some more people to join. Let's see. What I might be able to do. See if I can. Here we go. There we go. Let's see if that works. Just inviting a few people, see if anybody joins us. And if you do, jump in the chat, please. Let me know where you're coming from, how you found us, and what you want to talk about. Two votes, both for cheaper cats or dogs. Two quotes, both for cats. That's a completely side note. As we are here chatting about International Men's Day 2024 every year, November 19th. Welcome if you're just joining us. Once again, chatting about Freemasonry and International Men's Day 2024.